Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to another Friday night episode with Statman and Adam. We're not previewing a game because international break has just come and slapped us right in the face. I said, stop getting too giddy. You're not having Ronaldo return. You're going to have a dull 2 weeks of sitting around doing nothing, bit of housework. But hey, listen, this is life, eh? We've got three more of these to go. But before I do that, I'm just going to introduce your guest as always, Statman Baines. What are you telling me how you doing?
Listen, after that Ronaldo 2 goals, I'm doing unbelievably well.
Yeah,
Told you
exactly.
don't write off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, two headers, one of the last minute. Crazy, man. Absolute scenes, man. Portugal. You know what I mean? That guy again has come up and he's shown the goods, man. But this is it, man. Adam, how you doing, mate? Everything all right in there?
Yeah, mate. Busy, all over the shop at the moment. Work's busy. Working online, busy. Covering
Yeah.
United, obviously. Last week, well, it was carnage, won it, and it carried on into deadline day. So, and like Statman said there, I think it was it Tom Brady, or not Tom Brady, Jesus Christ. The other Brady was on Sky at half time, slugging Ronaldo off.
Yeah.
Never write Ronnie off because
That's
he
it.
will just come and slap you in the face. And you know what? Proves on it that he's fully match ready and match fit. 96
Yeah.
minute, more alert than anyone in the box. Cannot wait.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But we have got international break. I mean, even though I'm going to watch England on Sunday at Wembley, and I'm going for a weekend with my mate, it's his birthday, so I thought I'd take him out, take him to London for a bit. I always like visiting London, but it always comes at the worst time, doesn't it? When you feel like you're just gathering momentum, you feel like you're just relaxing, and then Statman international break comes and gets you right there. And of all people, you know what I mean, you want to see Ronaldo the most, and you're gonna have to wait a little bit more, mate. A few weeks more.
I can't lie, yeah, this is probably the worst international break there's ever been for a United fan. Like, let's be honest, this is probably the most
Yeah,
excited I've seen the entire fan base. We are literally waiting for that Newcastle game. Everyone wants to see Ronaldo. And the 2 goals that he
yeah,
scored the other day is kind of like a more, like, we just want to see him in the United shit. That's it. Like, let's be honest, like, England won 4-0 yesterday, yeah, who cares? No
yeah,
one cares about the England game.
yeah. It's club football, Adam, isn't it? Club football means everything, man.
Mate, I disagree. Well, for the fans,
Yeah,
Statman's right. But for us, man, Cavani's not gone away. He's getting match fit. Ronaldo's not played this season. He's played a game. He's match fit. He's also
yeah,
suspended, so they've sent him home early. Perfect.
yeah,
And let's be honest, we did a friendly against Stoke the other day. Cavani played again.
yeah,
Greenwood. We're going to be as sharp and have even less of an excuse going into that Newcastle game. I know the wait is
yeah,
painful for us, man. It is. I agree
yeah,
on that side of it. But for a squad, it's perfect, isn't it? I mean, the
yeah,
red listed South American thing fell right into our hands, apart from Fred. But do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like it's give players another week. It's give Rashford more time to recover. McTominay, bit of time to recover more. More players
yeah,
can get match sharp, giving a chance to a few more players in that friendly to get match sharp. And obviously the guys over international break, we've seen Shaw and Maguire link up again. Thank you.
yeah,
Absolutely brilliant. And do you know what? All in all, it's just adding to the anticipation. Like Statman said, then it's like 2 goals for Ronaldo. Now we're waiting, aren't we? Now it's a countdown now. Now we know Ronaldo
yeah.
is officially in Manchester. The pictures of his family arriving in Manchester, he's here.
He's
He is
here.
in town. He's in town. And you
Yeah,
know what? It's probably good because he can get to training a bit quicker and get in with the lads. And you know what? He's going to be ready, isn't he? 100%
yeah,
starting as number 9 against Newcastle.
yeah. Absolutely. Rondo, it's 04. Big up for you for the super chat. I don't know what it says there. Um, Red free act. Yeah, big up to you, man. Whatever you said there, but big up to you. Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to these guys. And yeah, man, big up to everybody tuning in. By the way, man, no surprise, Ronaldo gets that number 7 shirt. I mean, they're milking it, aren't they? It was never, ever going to be a situation where, he would get another shirt, but it had to be that number 7 stat, man. I mean, just the actual branding itself, everything included. That mega store is going to be packed out. Listen, whatever you think about Glazer
You see the
out,
pictures
this and that.
today?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What?
The
I didn't see it, no.
The queues outside
queuing
are
outside the
mad.
mega store.
Bloody hell, man. I think for me,
They're already running out of letters, aren't they? They're running out. They ran out of E's because of Varane, and now Ronaldo's come in. It's just gone into overdrive.
It's what it is, yeah. It's a bittersweet moment that because in the summer, me and Adam thought I lost my voice singing Glazers out. You know what I mean? And then it's like the Glazers know what to do. It's one of them juxtapositions where you kind of like you don't want people to be sad that you've got Ronaldo, but then also the downside to that is that eventually you will give money to the Glazers, and I mean it is what it is, and I've always said it for me. I mean if it's one of them things where as fans you're almost like you're caught in a tightrope because you love someone. But what I mean? But at the same time, you're like, nah, I don't believe in your values or whatnot. But it is what it is, that man, isn't it? I mean, they've got to do it. Number 7, and I think it's the only one that it's the only thing that made sense. And shout out to Cavani, by the way, because I mean, he said no to Sancho, but he gave it to this one.
Listen, Ronaldo's a bit different, isn't it? Like people call him CR7. His brand is massive. It's not that the same thing as Lionel Messi. Like you don't really call. Obviously, Messi's known by the 10 year, but you don't call the guy LM10, do you? So Ronaldo kind of had to get the 7 shirt. It made sense with Cavani. Like fair play to Cavani for giving the shirt away because I'll be honest, I'm not his biggest fan. I think at times I thought he was a bit arrogant keeping the 7 instead of giving it to Sancho. So fair play that he gave it to Ronaldo, but I think everyone knows Ronaldo's different, isn't it?
Yeah, Ronaldo's different.
Yeah, I mean
Ronaldo. Yeah, go on.
Ronaldo is different. I mean, in terms of Cavani, I thought he was top dog. To be honest, there's only one player who's going to come in and upstage him, and that was either for Messi or Ronaldo or Zlatan, someone of that ilk. But I mean, he's done more than anyone in this squad until Ronaldo turned up in terms of goals across Europe. I know we've got World Cup winners in Pogba and Varane and whatnot, but you know what I mean? It's sort of like he is the top dog, and he's gone in the summer. I think he's seen it coming in, but there would have been a massive part of the football club pushing this to happen because, like you said, we had CR7 in the mega store before Ronaldo even came, so it was important, and that's obviously why he didn't go to City in the first place. United made sure he didn't go to City because it would have cost us a fortune. Now we're raking it in, absolutely raking it in, and you've seen them already running out of shirts, shortage. You know what? You rang. I said to you, Said, mate. I said, I was speaking to our kid the other day. At the start of the season with the mad rush and the e-tickets and coming back from lockdown, the club turned the phones off. You couldn't actually contact Manchester United.
I know, yeah, true.
And they've done it again. Ronaldo, you can't get hold of him again. They've turned them off because they can't handle the pressure of dealing with the calls. There's that much demand and that much hype around tickets, around shirts, around everything. They now stop taking phone calls. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but that is Ronaldo, and that's why he's got the 7 shirt. Do you know what I mean? That's why he is that powerful. And it's like we said, I don't know if I said it on the show last week, mate. He's got what? He's got more subscribers. He's got more followers than all the Premier League clubs put together. This is one man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Power of one man, and I hope he just brings that back to the pitch. And the signs are good so far. It looks like he's raring to go.
Yeah. It does, man. And it's been that's why I put the title as a roller coaster August, that man. You know what I mean? It started off with the Varane coming out of Leeds United 5-1. I mean, that was a crazy one. The Varane coming out of nowhere. Obviously, I didn't know. You guys knew it on Twitter and whatnot, but if you were at the ground, you didn't know that Ronaldo was coming. So to hear Varane coming out, that was crazy. 5-1. And then obviously we went on to the Southampton game, obviously drew that game, and then obviously the murmurs came around that Ronaldo was coming and this and that, and then we got the win from Wolves, and then the whole feeling of Ronaldo and everything stuck, man. It's been a crazy, crazy August, man. Have you ever seen anything like this? Apart from maybe when we got Falcao and Di Maria, I've never been kind of mad,
Yeah, but even at Falcao and Di Maria, they're different, innit? Because I think everyone, like, you lot are a lot older than me, innit? So you have that emotional attachment to Ronaldo playing at United.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like where the most of the fan base is. Everyone has that emotional attachment to Ronaldo. Like, even when Ronaldo's at Juventus, we literally treat him as one of our own players. When the guy does something good, everyone literally celebrates for him.
Yeah.
So obviously that the signing of Ronaldo, which is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, I've not really asked about you, but the whole Ronaldo signing, the whole craziness of what's gone on for August, mate. It's been well, because at first we thought the club are not really showing ambition. Yes, we've got Varane and Sancho, but we needed one more. It was still, that kind of feeling of we weren't satisfied. But I think with this one now, it almost like I know the midfielder is a problem, but this one almost kind of covers any kind of fear, because you've got Ronaldo in there that could just win a game on himself, can it?
This is it, mate. You've brought in one of the greatest footballers to ever play the game. This is facts. This is what it is. You know what I mean? He's just broke the international goal scoring records, and let's be honest, the only one of any note who's anywhere near him, I think, Puskás maybe, because all the other guys were playing Far Eastern, Oceanic. Yeah. I think it was an Iranian player who's second, and they're playing nothing games against nothing teams, so their stats are higher. And he's above all of that. And he's playing in the hardest, toughest international stage. He's gone from every single league, top leagues in Europe, and then gone back to the number one league in the world at age 36.
Yeah.
You've got to start recognizing that this man is the greatest of all time, because he is. He literally is. Like Ferguson said, son, you can play till you're 40. Never mind 36. You can play at the highest level till you're 40. And for me, it speaks absolute volumes for the man. And I am not surprised about the influence and the carnage that's going on around the club right now, because that's what this guy brings, and he backs it up on the pitch, mate. That for us completely blew everything out that had happened over the last 6 months, because Ronaldo signed. And you're right, the Glazers, the Super League, everything that was, we have just completely blown it out the water by bringing Ronaldo in. And I just feel like the Glazer thing will come back. But if we had a window like this every window, you know what I mean? If we went out and did business like we have done this window, I don't even think United fans would be kicking up a stink, mate. They really wouldn't, because I know we didn't get out. We didn't get out who we wanted to go, but the signs are good that we could actually get 30 million for Dan James. Christ, tonight,
crazy!
It was ridiculous, man. If you can do that for a few other players, maybe next season, and then we go all out and buy the CDM that we need next summer, I still don't think United fans will be kicking off, mate, because we've covered all angles right now. This is a very young team.
Yeah.
A very, very young team. And one CDM, a proper CDM next summer, which I had the whole debate and argument about. Maybe Messi has learned. Maybe we don't just go out and buy anyone as a CDM. Maybe we do pick the right targets like we have done with Varane and Sancho, who can go straight into the team. And I think I can't remember when I said it, mate. When I said it a while back, he hasn't got time to bring players in who are potential and may need easing in. He's got to bring in players that are ready to rock. He's got 3 of them, and they're game changers, all 3 of them. If he goes out and buys a CDM next summer, I know we've got to wait. It's painful, I know. But I did expect us not to be able to do it all in one window.
Yeah.
And you know what? All that, and no one's talking about the Glazers, mate. No one's talking about the Super League. Super League's a forgotten story right now.
Mate.
And it's sad. It's sad, mate, because I do think it'll come back. I do think they will try and bring it back. Other than that, I do think negotiations will be going on in the background of a similar sort of salary cap to what the Spanish League has gone with. And I do think clubs are going to have to get themselves in order. I mean, if La Liga are willing to do it, I think the Premier League would probably look at it as well. Although the Premier League is paying out a lot of money, and it would be difficult for them to do it. But there is a compromise somewhere along the line with that Super League, mate. And we haven't forgotten what the Glazers did. We never will.
Oh, no,
but
never.
There's only one thing that you could do that would make fans forget about it for this long. And that's what we have done with this window and bringing Ronaldo in. That is it. It's covered so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what you can do to appease the fans. Someone say that maybe we could bring a January CD. Yeah, we could do with all the money that they're probably going to buy in shirt sales. Maybe that's the one. Statman, I want to ask you a question. In terms of this new look United team, how excited are you how does the dynamic change for you, like tactically? You know what I mean? It's not going to be a case of now we're kind of sitting back now. Maybe we might see a new United now where they're attacking. They might leave us a few spaces. We might concede more, but we might score more. And it'll be like a basketball game. It might be fun to watch at Old Trafford.
I hear that, yeah. First of all, Flawless, you're an idiot. Secondly,
What did he say?
listen, it was about the stream earlier, innit? This guy's moving mad. He still thinks that Donny van der Beek, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes midfield 3 can work. No chance.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think with the new look at United side, I still don't believe we're actually a new look. Because at the same time, look at the plays that we've had for the last couple of games. We still have insane plays without Ronaldo. Nothing's really changed, has it? So I don't think like with the signing of Ronaldo, all our football's just going to get better all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But what I do hope for with the signing of Ronaldo, potentially a couple of the personnel in the side could change in it. Like I really want to see Diego Dalot be given a run.
Yeah.
I think if Oli, surely Oli's watching the game that we saw the other day. Ronaldo scored 2 amazing headers, especially the second one. Diego Dalot is one of the best crossers of the ball at the club. Play the guy. Play to Ronaldo's strengths now. That's what I want to see happen.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Adam? What are you kind of excited for this new look United team? At the same time, is there an element of you thinking, bloody hell, if it falls badly, it falls badly? But are you willing to take that risk of, you know what, we've got the better players now? You know, you come at us, you come attack us, and we'll just come back at you and we'll deliver it to you, mate. And we'll give you 3 or 4, mate. If you want to come at us, we'll give you another one.
This is it there. I can see that Helena there in the comment section there tried to come in twice where we're giving Elliot excuse because he's not got a CDM. There's no excuses. United have got to win the league this season. United have got to be challenging. Yeah. So whatever you got, whatever you're on or wherever you're coming from, you're completely at the wrong end of the stick, my man, because listen to what I'm telling you now. I will be asking for Ollie's head if he doesn't win a trophy or 2 and challenge for this title this season. It's as simple as that. And going on to the new look Man United, you know what I'm more happy about is Rafael Varane and the sheer masterclass that man is. I'm a defender and I love defending. I'm telling you right now, that combination is Ferdinand and Vidic. The way they work together. Why did we win Wolves? Why did we win at Wolves? We never win at Wolves. It's because we've got Lindelof there. No disrespect to him. And I hate to just pick him out because he's had an all right couple of years, to be honest. I don't want to dig him out. And congratulations on being captain for Sweden as well the other night and beating Spain. So, you know what? Sweden going places. We just never had a solid defence like we had against Wolves in seasons gone past. Now we've got a base to build from. Now there's even less of an excuse because that there was absolutely rock solid the other day. Yeah. And I give praise to David De Gea as well. You must have all seen it. And everyone knows what I feel about De Gea and Henderson. And I wasn't bothered about his worldly saves. I didn't give a toss about his saves. That's what De Gea does. That's what he's good at. It was the fact that when Fred was blown out of his arse for the 50th time in the game, being smacked over the top and outrun, and De Gea comes sprinting 50 yards off his goal line to clear the ball out, that is what I was impressed with. And you know what? I feel like this team now with the back line changes everything. Yeah. Whether Ollie will change anything, mate. That's the question. And that's why I'm going down on him, because he's been given every tool available. So why not tweak it and change that formation to make it work? There's zero excuse. And
absolutely,
we can change our front 4 with 4 different players if we wanted to play that formation. We've got players there who can come in and rest the other players. No excuse for tiredness. No excuse for challenging on every front. And he's got to be able to work it. He's got to be able to work it. Otherwise, it's all on him. It is all on Ollie this season. It's as simple as that. And I hope he does it. But he is going to have to learn from his mistakes. And we've seen a few of last season's mistakes already in the first 2 away games. So for me,
absolutely,
I'm going to give it a little bit longer. But the jury is still out. And Ronaldo coming in, he's got to be able to handle that. It's going to be tough. He's got to be able to handle Rashford coming back. He's not going to be his favourite anymore. Because he's not.
It's crazy.
Do you know what I mean?
Mad that, it's mad.
He's not going to be able to pick that. He's gonna. I spoke to Ricky the other day, and I said I agree with you, Ricky, mate. I don't mind Bruno coming off after 70 minutes if it's not working, but Ollie's got to have the balls to do that. He's got to have the balls to do it, and he's got to have the balls to change it. It's not all about the big names. You've got to have the balls, Ollie, to take Ronaldo off and put a Martial or a Rashford on.
Bloody hell! Don't tell Statman that.
You've got to have. You're going to have to be able to do it. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what he's going to have to learn. He's going to have to use. He's going to have to learn how to use his squad. And if he doesn't, it's all on him. It's all on him.
Hey, wait. Can I respond to the people who are saying about the Diego Dalot comments that he can't defend?
Yeah, go on then.
I think someone said Diego Dalot wasn't wanted by AC Milan, but then at the same time, you could argue that Borussia Dortmund wanted him, Bayern Munich were linked with him, and Carlo Ancelotti's a massive fan. Yeah. So there's some talent in Diego Dalot. Someone said he also can't defend. I don't think anyone expects Diego Dalot to start every single game. There's certain games, for example, the Southampton game, when we wanted to sustain pressure going forward, sustain attacks, Diego Dalot is perfect for that.
Yeah.
So there's certain games that you have to play Diego Dalot.
There's a notion that, you know what I mean, it's almost as if now, I think a modern right back should be able to do everything and be that complete right back now. I think to be able to defend now.
Sorry, on your note there, mate, it's like Jurgen Klopp, except someone said in the comments there with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jurgen Klopp accepts that Trent's pros outweigh his cons, and he goes with it. And that's what he goes with it. He takes that. That's what you've got to do if you want to win. If you want to win trophies, that's what you got to do. Sorry, mate, go.
And another thing, with the double pivot we play, the double pivot are so defensive. They don't offer enough going forward, didn't it? So you can kind of have that bit of freedom with Diego Dalot going forward and helping us create chances.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerome T. Green, big up for you for the super chat, mate. Klopp made it work with all the centre backs. When all the centre backs got hurt, no reason Ollie can't do the same with TDM. He's clueless. I think for me, though, it kind of almost now, Adam, changes the style that Ollie was thinking about beforehand in terms of protecting the back four and putting the two holders in there. Not, you almost now have to play an expansive football of, we've got to go now. This is no more kind of feeling sorry for yourself that you don't have a midfield or you don't have a defence. You've got to go for it now.
100% agree, mate. And you know what? If De Gea is willing to do it, we can play higher. There's no reason in sitting so deep. We can push the defence on. Do you know what I mean? If, for instance, we're just allowing pressure on, then there is going to be a mistake sooner or later. But if you're playing high and you've got a keeper who will play sweeper keeper, it gives a bit more freedom to play higher up, close in, press higher, because all the other top keepers will do that. They all do it. Edison, prime example. Alisson does it exactly the same. And do you know what? I seen Edison nearly pass the ball into his own net off Smith Rowe in the City game.
Yeah, of course.
Against Arsenal. And it's not even being talked about. Why? Because he takes it back again and they go again. They believe in the way they're playing. We shouldn't change just because we make a mistake or it doesn't work. You know what? Play higher. And you maybe get caught by the freaks like Adama Traore. You've got to accept that the Premier League is the best league in the world and you're not going to be able to keep every shot out. It is that simple. But one thing you can do is make something of it yourself and play to your strengths. And we all know where our strength is. We do. And if we can get that defence closer to the midfield, but further up the pitch, it is going to give us a lot more opportunity to close and win the ball back. And it's not about possession football like some may think. We're crap in possession. The beauty about Liverpool and City and why they win so much is they turn the ball back over even quicker. And turnover ball is a common rule in all sports, is the most effective form of attack because your defence isn't set. It's all about how you win it back and how quickly you win it back. And that's what Pep and Klopp both thrive on. And look who's won all the trophies recently. It's a no-brainer. You just got to be able to push what your strengths are. And Ollie needs to figure it out now. Christ, 3 years going. So
that's the situation. You brought me to the best question actually. And Statman, I'm going to put it to you first in terms of this new dynamic now that he's got now. You know what I mean? And I know this sounds crazy to think of, but the tactics, will Ollie now he has to, kind of bring a set of tactics now to suit the team now, because you're not just playing with Dan James or, maybe a Rashford who doesn't need to rely. Rashford can go down a byline and just beat a few man and score. Like before Mason Greenwood is almost as if what lad, what can you do for us now? You're talking with Sancho now. You're talking with Ronaldo. It's a case of right. We need to be able to do something now. How do we get the ball moving quicker? You've got to. I was watching Portugal today and they were crossing it in at every given opportunity. We don't cross the ball much, so it's, I don't know. How do you see that the kind of the ability in terms of tactics going forward now?
I think this is Solskjaer's best chance to show that he's flexible with his tactics because you've got literally in every single area, you've got the players. There's no excuses. Like you see the first season, for example, everyone was like, oh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't have the bench to switch it up and stuff. You can't say that now. You could literally have, for example, say Wan-Bissaka starting Dalot off the bench. That's another option. That's something different to what Wan-Bissaka is. Luke Shaw, you could literally have Alex Telles off the bench. That's something different.
Yeah.
So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to be tactically flexible now. But at the same time, do we think he is? I'll be honest, I still don't think he will be. I think, like I always say, you see with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I feel like he's quite stubborn in his ways. And I think a lot of people, whether you're Ole in or Ole out, will say the same thing.
Well, what's that stubbornness you reckon it is, though? Like, I'm trying to understand it because
the thing is, I don't know if he's stubborn or if he's scared of getting a hammering. Because you know that after that Tottenham game,
we've not been hammered. When was the last time we've been hammered? It's only been
Tottenham.
Exactly, Tottenham, isn't it?
I feel like that's still playing on the back of his mind somehow.
Yeah.
Which I think is the worst thing because that for me game was kind of a anomaly if you can look at it like that way. Martial got a red card early. Paul Pogba was coming back from COVID, and the Man United was just shocking. So that game you can kind of look at. Yeah, it was kind of a one-off kind of thing.
Yeah, they're the games that you can't get out of. They're the games that when they're in and you're in the middle of, you can't change it. Even if you regroup, have a little bit of a huddle, go back for a new kickoff, you still cannot change the way the game's going. To them anonymous, I can't say that word. Them freak games where you just can't control them, and they happen. They happen in football. You know what I mean? City have them, Liverpool have them, United have them plenty of times, and well, I'll be honest, we don't have them plenty of times because
I need to put this subscriber mode.
We don't take risks, do we? Like Statman says there, we're scared of getting smashed to pieces. And for me, that's you know what? If we went toe to toe with anyone, I probably fancy us coming out on top.
Yeah.
I can't lie, whoever the spammer is, this was funny.
What is funny?
What these little pictures that this guy has.
Oh man, honestly,
look at Nuri right now. I can't lie. This is funny.
Aaron's one's funny. Look at that. Look at his little head there in that picture.
It's like an army. It's like an army's coming and invaded us. Honestly. And it's like that's like about 10 different accounts there, mate. You know what I mean? Apologies.
Still going.
Yeah, I need to. I'm just gonna go on subscriber mode after this show finishes. I don't
go
care,
in slow
mate.
mo. Go in slow mo to like 5 seconds.
Yeah, you guys go on out and I'll sort it out. Right.
Yeah. So no, I can't remember what I was saying there. Then in terms of being scared of being smashed off the park, that's what it all comes down to. Because that Tottenham game scared the living shit out of him. It's like the Leicester game that scared Van Gaal, and then it all went wrong from there because we were seeing goods of Di Maria. And you know what? And someone said there we can't press with Ronaldo in the team. Well, I tell you what, Portugal pressed and got that penalty with Ronaldo in the team. So there is ways of doing it. Ronaldo only has to go to a man and let the others press. He's not stupid. Talking about one of the most clever players in world football here, it can be done. It can be done. So it's a myth that United can't press. Our press has always been half-hearted, to be honest. It's never been on the level of any of the top European teams or anything like that.
Our press is shocking. Yeah. I think it's literally one of the worst in the league. That's literally it. You see Bruno pressing, You see Bruno pressing. When you press it, you're meant to close down the angles to make it hard for the team to play out. Make them go long, and then you kind of win the ball back. Yeah. We just press one person presses, and the guy's literally open right there from the other team. Simple pass. That press was literally useless there.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I think United will be a kind of a force, if we could all press at once. It would be crazy. Honestly, it would actually be crazy because, you look at Jurgen Klopp's team And you always think like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tries to play like Jurgen Klopp, but he sometimes ends up like, I don't know, just a mediocre manager. He tries to do it right. He thinks he's doing it right, and then looks at it's not all together. It's not all in sync, and then it's almost like a bad X Factor performance. You know what I mean? Like where it's so out of sync. It's like you get the three buzzes and you're out. I just think with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't know how he simplifies it. I think it does what Statman does, and he just carries on and hopes that Ronaldo bails us out, or Ronaldo can somehow manage to galvanize his team to give us that cutting edge. Maybe he thinks that Ronaldo is the man to say, this is what we need right now. We need someone that can get us and win us games, because we've had too many draws where we should be winning, because he's never come out and said, that game was a game where I think we never deserved anything. He's always come out and said, we should have got something out of that game.
He always says the fine margin thing, innit?
The fine margin. That's what I'm trying to say to you. He says the fine margin.
That's like especially the automatic. That's the default get out of jail comment that for all managers, isn't it? The fine margins of football. It's fine what margin, it is.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah, we have fine margins, but Fred plays 1-2s with the opposition and the counter attack to set them up. So you know what I mean? There's no fine margins there. A fine margin would be a team that is well prepped and loses out to a stunning goal. United give the opposition chances constantly. No one really breaks us down.
Yeah.
We just give the opportunities away because teams know where our weakness is. That's not a fine margin. That's a consistent issue. And it needs rectifying. Varane has helped the midfield. We're waiting another season, or he adapts the formation to minimize that actually happening to us again. That's the only way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Statman, someone says, I don't know why Helen is spamming this. She says, why do you keep all blaming Fred? I think it's just everything.
That is a stupid question.
I swear, did we even mention Fred today in this video?
We didn't mention Fred, you know what I mean? I don't know why Helen is coming out. She's choosing violence today. She's not, I don't know if she's, you know what I mean? She's not had a good day, but I hope you've had a good day.
And secondly, have you seen Fred's performances recently?
Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been great, mate. You know what I mean? It's that midfield balance, it's everything, Statman. And I think Ronaldo will do that. But do you think the likes of Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, when they all come back and strikers coming back, do you reckon we'll be able to kind of be fluid? You know what I mean? Like, because I watch Ronaldo, but in terms of like his build-up play, nobody ever sees it like unless you watch a full game of him. He comes out of nowhere, flashes, is it? Boom, goal. You kind of like sometimes you don't really see the build-up play to Ronaldo and how he plays. And what do you think in terms of that? In terms of how we're gonna try and combat that.
You know what I worry with Solskjaer? Yeah, I think Solskjaer might just play the biggest four names that he has in those attacking areas, and I think obviously Ronaldo's one of them. But I don't think necessarily Solskjaer will look at the balance. That's what worries me the most, isn't it? Because remember last year, for example, we had spells where we had Cavani, Rashford, Bruno, Greenwood as a front four. There was no balance in that front four because everyone wanted to score goals. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could go back to that front four in a way with like Ronaldo, Rashford, Bruno, or like Greenwood or something. I think that's Sancho. The biggest worry. Maybe Sancho. But I think that's the biggest worry for me. I think Solskjaer will struggle to find a balance with the front four.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerome T. Green says here with a super chat, he goes, also, Ole with his team selection playing two goal scorers with Cavani rather than two creators, not playing to the strengths of the player he has. Yeah, that's been another worry, Adam, because you're looking at Wan-Bissaka, they're giving the ball to him, and he's not really good on the ball. Fred is not press resistant. I mean, you're on the Wolves game, Adam, and you're on quite low, aren't you? And you can see that in the ball when it's been given to you.
Yeah,
and you probably can feel the nerves of the players.
Mate, you could tell
they don't want it.
you could tell, mate. You know what? You can always tell. You can always find a weak link. Troy Deeney said it the best when he said he went for Fred. I know we're not picking on Fred, but when the ball goes to Fred, it's like a fucking hot potato. I swear to God, he's never in control of the ball ever, and this is the problem. The only time Fred looks good is when he gets it and he gives it to someone else straight away. If he's on the ball, he's got no strength. He's got no pace. He's crap in the air. And for a midfielder, I'm losing my reason for playing you in the team right there. you're not a holding midfielder without any of them attributes. You're really not. And size doesn't always matter. But
Ollie keeps persisting with it. You know, he's the first name.
Ollie's convinced he can make a player out of him, mate. He's convinced, and it'll be his downfall. Yeah. I'm telling you, it'll be his downfall.
You see with Fred, there is some attributes that make him a good player, like his tenacity in midfield, his ball playing, his ball winning ability. When he's partnered with someone like a Ruben Neves, for example, or maybe like a Locatelli, who are very, very competent on the ball, then that's probably the best you'll see of Fred.
Yeah. I just look at it, I think. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. It's like that Wolves manager, very, very smart manager, and expect to see Wolves climbing the table very soon, people. They say the table never lies. It's fucking lying out of its teeth right now with Wolves, I'm telling you. Because straight away, he told Adama Traore, how many of his attacks went down the wing? He went straight through Pogba and Fred because he knew they wouldn't lay a finger on him. He was very central a lot of the time. His damage was just ridiculous, right through the middle. Every single right through the middle. And Fred could not lay a finger on him. A lot of players can't get anywhere near Traore. That's not Fred's fault. It really isn't. But
it kept happening, though. It kept happening. That's my worry.
So where do you blame it?
It's twice, three, it's 4, 5, 6.
You can't blame Fred, Said, mate. You can't blame Fred. You can't blame him.
Lamb to the slaughter. It's your favourite word.
Yeah.
Lamb to the slaughter.
It is. The only one you can blame is Ole for not recognising what Bruno Sarr was doing. He was literally targeting Fred and Pogba when they had the ball. Everything was central. And we lost that midfield battle in the first half. We were absolutely played off the park. And it wasn't brilliant playing us off the park, opening us up like a Barcelona-esque. It was basic football that we couldn't compete with. Yeah. Pace, power, sharp passing. And I said it in my post-match. We came up against a team that had a settled midfield and knows exactly where each player is going to be and how each player plays. We hadn't had... The midfield's changed already in 3 games this season. 3 games, and we've already not had the same combination in midfield. It needs to settle. He needs to adapt. Do you know what? I would look at it. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the 3-5-2 suits this team better than the 4-2-3-1. I really do. But I'd play Dalot. I'd play Dalot.
That could be a possibility.
As a wing back.
And then I'd play Ronaldo and Cavani up front. That's how I would do it.
You see that front too,
crosses of the ball, because they're both good headers and they can mix it outside the box as well.
You see the Ronaldo Cavani thing? I was going through Juventus' team today, innit? I was looking at, remember, what's Ronaldo's most iconic performance for Juventus? Is the Atletico comeback, innit, where he scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
They played a 3-4-1-2 and it was Ronaldo and Mandzukic up top. Who emulates Mandzukic?
Yeah.
Mandzukic's work rate most in the side is probably Edison Cavani.
Yeah.
Has he played up front on his own? Does he play? Obviously, I don't watch all of Juventus' games, but most of
the time it was with Morata.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's like one in and one off sort of style thing. He's got like a look, like he said there, when he's got a bit of a battering ram next to him in support, he's unplayable. Ronaldo. That's how you work it. And Cavani, and we know Cavani's movement's better than anyone else out there as a forward player. I've not seen anyone move like that man. And straight away you could see it. Even though he was about 40% against Wolves, you could see it straight away. The balls were going in and the movement. And you know what? We were turning Wolves' defence more when Cavani came on. All through the game, and I was looking at it, you could see the facing forward. They never once were turned. Cavani comes on and it's all over the place. Like that. And that's the difference in Cavani. If you've got balls going in the box, Ronaldo or Cavani are going to get their head on it.
Yeah.
But you think that makes us like one-dimensional kind of thing?
No, but then you adapt it. That's when you can adapt it, I think.
Because what about a Martial Ronaldo front two? Because Martial is still quite selfless in terms of the way he plays football.
See, you know what you're talking there? You're talking like the Robin, aren't you? You're looking for the Robin to Batman. And you know what? Ronaldo likes that. He does. I see that point now. He does like that, Ronaldo, because he likes to be focal. So if you find Batman's Robin, and you know what? Out of all the carnage and shit, it could be Martial. with the nightmare he's had. You just never know, because I do understand where you're coming from there with that one stat man. He is he's not selfish in a way. Sometimes you want him to be, but maybe he's the perfect mix. He might be the right blend. But what can we do, guys? It's Ollie. It's Ollie.
all roads. I think for me, all roads come down to the culture, because the personnel is there. You know what I mean? It's whether we've got the right manager to fix it all in, and we can get the right manager to kind of mend it all. It's almost like it's a chemistry lesson. This, and we've got to get the right, acids, right, everything, all the chemicals right together. And if you don't, you're gonna get a kind of a negative result. Just Ronaldo's touchdown and landing in Manchester. Yeah, that's it. Fair enough. But you know what I mean, though? Like it's one of them where you're thinking to yourself, Statman, if it works well, it could be unbelievable, and we could have an unbelievable season. But if it doesn't, you know what I mean? Bloody hell, mate.
Honestly, guy, I think Martial is done. Not through his own qualities, because I know what he has got. I feel like he's done because of what we've been talking about in terms of Ole. He's brought Sancho in. He's brought Ronaldo in. Rashford's a favourite. I just don't see how Martial starts a game anymore.
What do you think?
Not with Ole in charge, anyway.
But do you think Martial has, maybe obviously up top, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to start, because he could be like third or fourth choice striker. But on the left, he has looked a bit all right. Like the other day, you know that video that he slipped? You see the part before that? He actually had some nice little dribble.
Yeah, people didn't show that.
And Martial the other day on the left looked quite good as well when he came on.
You know what you've got with Martial? The best he's looked this season is off the bench both times, against Leeds, and then against Wolves. And I don't know, it is his role and impact.
But what if that rejuvenates his career, though? A lot of people say, a player has to be a starter and needs to shell it well and all that. But
I'm convinced, mate, that Ole being the super sub, he's telling Martial he's still got a chance off the bench, and he can work his way back in by proving it coming off the bench.
Yeah, I was thinking that, because I'm just thinking to myself, right? Because if he's on the pitch and he's not finding any service, and he's almost looking the play he is, and he's looking a kind of a shadow of the play he is, maybe him coming off the bench and kind of almost like taking the game by the scruff of the neck might be better for him, because he loves that. He loves the feeling of, you know what, right? Come on, then I'll have you. I'll take you on. I'll do this.
You saw it Jose season. When we were following FC, Martial, Rashford were taking down the left-hand side, and we were causing teams a hell of a lot of problems.
Causing trouble.
It was. I think what we've got here is we've got a case of a lot of these players that have been here a while, and we've spoke about this before. Pogba, Rashford, Martial, all of the same sort of time at the club. They're used to managers going by now, and it changing completely. I think Martial's at a stage now where he's like, fuck. Ollie's here now. He's got another con. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere, and I am going to have to adapt my game now. The penny will have to drop, because I think Martial is about to. He's about to be the one. He's about to be the one that goes before the manager, and he's never had that before. He's chopping and changing of managers.
Yeah, that's true.
Now he's got Ollie who's staying. All these players, a lot of these players now are finally realizing that this guy's staying. We're not going to change. I'm going to have to adapt my game. And we talk about mentality, and a lot of these players now are going to have to change. Like Lingard.
What is that, though? Because I'm struggling to understand of adapting to the game, because
this is the double-edged sword, isn't it? Yeah, this is the double-edged sword. A lot of them will be looking at it going, yeah, if it was a Klopp or a Guardiola, then I'd understand it. Yeah. But shit, and I'm not too sure what we're doing at the moment, but he's staying. So how do I adapt? What's the game plan? How do I adapt to a game plan I don't know? And I think that's probably half of the problem, because we know that Ole has never really, apart from his formation, hasn't really settled on anything. Chops and changes all the time, doesn't know his best midfield, plays his favourites when he shouldn't, and burns players out. I mean, how is a player like a Martial supposed to adapt when he's not too sure where he's going to play. Because Statman said there, then Martial's liked it up front and he's had a good season up front. But now there's no way he's starting up front. His third choice now, all of a sudden. Is he going to go back to the left? Is he going to be able to handle that mentally, going back to the left? Is he going to feel like he's failed up front and now he's being dropped back out wide? Has he got the mentality to handle that? This is the question, isn't it? We're stuck. I don't want to say that in any sort of derogatory way with Ole. And sometimes some of these players are like, what am I sort of trying to adapt to?
Because it's the same. And I know this sounds crazy, but it's similar also because, some of the players out there are not shit. Like, I know there's a couple that are rubbish, but there are some of them are thinking, bloody, I am good, but Arteta is almost stifling me. And I've lost myself as a player, and I'm looking at certain players. Martial had that first good season. Something went wrong last season. He lost a bit of form. He's come back from a long layoff of injury. There's some players in there thinking, what player am I? Am I just what I'm doing right now in terms of energy, running around, and then I hope for Mason Greenwood or someone up front to score the goals, and then hippie do. I celebrate with all of them, and I'm like, yeah, we got the 3 points. But in reality, when your game is tested out, and we've had that Champions League, FA Cup, Europa League, every time when there's that big moment where we look at the manager, we're thinking inspiration, no inspiration. Then we look at the players, we're thinking inspiration, no inspiration, because they're thinking, what a player am I? Europa League against Villarreal. These guys couldn't step up. The manager couldn't step up. Nobody could. So if it doesn't work for the manager, it's almost as if, like, can we blame the players? Because we're thinking, if you ain't got it and you haven't got that ability, we can't sell 11 players. We can't sell a whole kind of 22. Can we, Statman? I don't think we can do that, can we?
But I do feel like sometimes the players do get away with it. You see the Europa League final, like, let's be honest here, some of these players were shambolic.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of the blame for me goes down to the manager, because obviously, when most of our 11 is having a bad game.
Well, let me ask you a question, Statman, though.
You kind of have to
if
look
you're
at him.
If you're not being told, though, in certain games you're coming off, how am I going to improve? I'm just thinking to myself, bloody hell, I'm still on the pitch, mate. Because in that Europa League, there was a lot of players in there that
is the comfortability. Is the comfortability factor. Like, everyone knows, like, say, even if, like, you're in a job or something, if you're comfortable, you're not really going to be trying a lot harder and stuff. For example, like, let's just look at Bruno Fernandes, for example, because that's the most easiest player to talk about. If Bruno Fernandes has a bad game, is the guy ever going to come off?
No,
the answer is no.
Difficult.
The answer is no straight away. He's never going to come off. They're comfortable. Most of these players are comfortable.
But Adam said it. You said it before. There's got to be accountability. If Ronaldo's having a bad game, and sometimes, right? I remember Alex Ferguson doing it. He just wouldn't be their day, and he'd take him off. I remember Wayne Rooney. He had a bad game, and it was soaked. Remember, and he started throwing his shoes around, but it didn't work for him. And then someone comes off the bench like a Luis Zaha, and then we win the game. It happens, Adam. But you've got to have that accountability, haven't you?
That's it. So there is an element of it on the players. I mean, when you've got so many world class, we've got world class players all over the pitch now. Yeah. This is the thing. Sometimes some of these players are thinking, these guys are probably going to win it for us. One of these guys is going to win it for us. I had a conversation the other day, and I just said, don't expect to see the type of football you want to see. Don't expect to see the controlling style football, because the balance in midfield isn't there to play that game. What United have got, and it may benefit us more in the cups, is the winners that can win you any game on any day. And that, I think, is what's going to carry us through the season. I do feel like the individuals in our team are outstanding. Do I think we're going to find a style of play amongst it all this season? I don't. I just think there's too much change and there's too many chefs in the kitchen, too many players for the same role. And I think Ollie will struggle to find out which one he wants to play, and he will change it constantly. And I've said all along, we do need to make sure we don't burn the players out, but that doesn't mean changing 5 and 6 players a game. Not even 3 players a game. It should be 1 or 2. That should be it. And then Carabao Cups, you can maybe change a few more, FA Cups, whatnot. When you already qualified for the Champions League, which I'm expecting us to, with a game or so to go, then play a couple of other players in there. You've got to learn when to do it because the squad is big enough. I do feel like he is going to struggle with that big squad to find the exact style of play, if there ever was one that he wanted to play. I do feel like we're going to win a lot of games, and it is going to be, like the title says, a roller coaster, and we can beat anyone on our day. But in terms of an identity, I don't think we're going to get that. I really don't think we're going to get it.
As well.
Yeah, the thing is as well, we've got that pressure now that Ronaldo's coming to town in every club. You know, they're going to come in. If it wasn't low block beforehand, tell you what, mate, it is low block now. It's not coming at United now because, let's be real, United are back now in terms of players. We're scared now. People will be scared of us. And I know people can say, we haven't got the best manager in the world. People now are scared of Man United because we've got Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane. We've got leaders in there, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Martial, Mason Green. Even Mason Greenwood is scared of him because you know he will give you. So that comes with an element of the manager has to come and say, you know what? Bring it on. Bring the low block on. Bring it. I've got a way to break it down. Come on then. But it's not a case of, yeah, you know what? Bloody hell, I don't know what to do here. You know what I mean? I'm lost for words here. Or what do I do here? I can't be seeing this kind of like feeling of, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm panicking. You know, I don't want to see that because if you're a manager of Man United, regardless of what coaching badges and you should have an answer. You should.
Do you know what, mate? Do you know what it is? Someone put a comment in there saying no one's scared of Man United, laughing. And
that's crazy.
They are. Yeah. Do you know why? Because we don't know what we're going to get. I don't think our team knows what we're going to bring half the time. And you know what? Sarg did perfect tactics against us, and he still lost. There's too much quality in this Manchester United team for anyone to not be thinking twice about how they handle it first or how they handle United before they play their game. Wolves' game plan was perfect. They just can't finish their dinner. That's the problem with them at the moment. That will come for them. But you've always got that element. United seen off the pressure. They calm down the mistakes. They stop making simple errors. And then Wolves started to struggle because second half, they had the corner, which De Gea made the saves from. And then really, Traore fizzled out. Everything sort of slowed down again for them. And it was mainly Man United who were causing the problems. There weren't many of them, by the way. But you know what I mean? The game sort of just fizzled out a little bit, which is what Wolves didn't want. They wanted the swashbuckling counter-attack because they knew they could get at United's midfield. But when they found they were coming up against United's defence and struggling to get past it, it sort of they started to get, and you could see it, they started to get a bit demoralised towards the end. The fans went a bit quieter, and you sort of knew what was coming. You sort of knew United were going to do something because there's just too much talent there. There's too much talent there.
Too much talent. We're not going to be in that team.
That's the problem, mate, with teams. They're just not going to know what's coming.
Yeah, we're not becoming Coach Carter, man. I don't know if people watch the team Coach Carter, but we don't want that side.
Quality film,
mate, and that kind of like gave me a few tears, man. Back in 2007 in Dubai, when I was watching it in Dubai, and we can't be that team where it becomes about a moral game and we're talking about morals but we had Ronaldo them days. You know, we can't have the DVD saying that year that Tottenham DVD where that year we nearly won it. You know, I can't be doing all that, mate. I can't
listen. Ronaldo won't accept that anyway. The guy's literally a born winner. His mentality is insane. Like, we haven't seen anything like it. So if Oli thinks, if people think Ronaldo's coming here to what? To guarantee us top four? Nonsense. Yeah. He's coming here to win titles, win Champions Leagues.
Absolutely. I think that's what he said. I think that the key one was we're gonna have a meeting to discuss the aims and what I want from him and what he wants from me. So Ronaldo's coming in to say, listen, you know, we're not here to play games. He's the manager, I'm the player. We're gonna keep it as that, you know, and I think that's the key message here. Can we get the best out of this team? Because if we can, it could be an unbelievable season. And I think we could win trophies. But the back of my mind, I'm just like I said to you, I want my happiness to override my worry. You know what I mean? But always you've got that feeling of I don't want to feel embarrassed. That Ronaldo comes back home and we don't win it for him, or we don't find a solution to make it happen. I don't want it to do it. I really want it to kind of.
Book your cup final tickets. United are winning something this season, mate. I'm telling you.
I've got to, man. I've not been Wembley. I told you, Adam, I've not been Wembley since 2018. Semi-final that was as well.
Was that the Herrera against Spurs?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Man. God,
that's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying to you, man. People in the chat need to experience a final of winning the final. We need to experience happiness, man.
Mate, I was there when Zlatan did it in the last minute against Southampton. That felt good. I want that feeling back again. I want the Jesse Lingard against Palace feeling back again.
And we didn't play well that game, did we? I think Southampton were unbelievable that game.
I know we went 2-0 up, didn't we? And they came back and they were looking like they were going to win it. But Zlatan, match winners. That's what it is. Yeah. Big stage players.
Wait, did Southampton not have like a perfectly good goal disallowed or something like it?
Yeah,
or was that United?
It was. I
can't remember. I was there on the front row, so I didn't see much. I was just celebrating afterwards, so I didn't see any replays, mate.
This one here, this question here, this is difficult because the teams weren't as great as they were. Now you've got good teams all over the you know what I mean. The league then was City were emerging. I think they won the title the year before, but it was only City. Liverpool were in a rebuild. Arsenal were Arsenal. Chelsea were there, but they had transition, I think. But that season, I think they won the Champions League, but they had a terrible season. I think they finished 6th or something like that. It was a crazy. Yeah, Gabby Dean is someone saying.
We also had Sir Alex Ferguson as manager at that time.
Hey,
someone said like RVP won us the league, can CR7. We also had Sir Alex Ferguson as manager during that time. That's the best manager England's ever seen, arguably football's ever seen.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be an interesting season because I think this is the first time I think in Ollie's reign that there's an expectation now to deliver. Before it was a case of, well, he hasn't got the players he wanted. You know what I mean? I don't know Gary Neville and all these pundits will give excuses for it, but the fans who pay hard-earned money, the fans who are up and down and they're going away games and they're seeing and they're spending their money to watch United, they won't take this shit anymore. And they won't take the lack of no trophies. And especially the rivals, mate. They'll be like, listen, we're not feeling sorry for you, mate. Just because you said you haven't got that DM or you haven't got that one more player that you needed. It's no excuses. It's trophy or embarrassment, mate. And that's the reality.
Did you see that thing that I posted in the group chat, that James Robson guy, when he was talking about the perfect 11?
Yeah, of course.
He said something where it's like, no team kind of has the perfect title winning 11. And like, for example, let's just look at City, for example, yeah? City are more like high, like they got a better chance of winning the league than us, according to everyone, innit? But do they have the best left back in the world? Or do they even have a left back? Do they even have a striker?
Yeah, but they have a system.
The answer is no. There's still deficiencies in that City side in terms of personnel.
Yeah.
But they're still favourites to win the league, or second favourites.
Do we carry that aura, Adam? Before we kind of wrap up, do we carry that aura? This Ronaldo will be that kind of one to carries that aura. And it's almost like the ceiling there in the Avengers.
What it does carry is, mate, you can't switch off against United anymore. You can't just play a certain way and expect that to see you through the whole game now, because we've got the unpredictability about us and the forward line that can open up any defence in the world. We've got that back. We've got the Leeds game, which everyone will know can happen to any team in this league against United.
Yeah.
United could do that to any one of the Premier League teams. That's a fact. And that's what we have got. We are that midfielder short, yes. But we're just going to be one of them teams this season where we just have to believe that we are good enough to win it. And it's down to Ollie to make sure that we can win this. We can win anything this season. We should be looking at winning at least 2 trophies, in my opinion, with that team. With that team, that's what I'm thinking, mate. So there is a strong feeling that this United team is going to be very dangerous this year, and you can't ignore it.
Yeah, for any team, I think in world football, you know what I mean. If you're coming against United and you look at the squad we've got, you're thinking, listen, we've got a game in our hands, and regardless of who's in charge and the coaching staff. But time will tell, people. Time will tell. Anyway, people, that's been the hour. We've wrapped up. The hour's flown by. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody who's tuned in. If we've got 200 likes, big up to everybody. That was the target for today. Big up to everybody. If you know what I mean, if you haven't liked the video now, please give it a thumbs up. Love to everybody who's tuned in. Make sure you follow these guys, man. I'll start off with you first, Statman. Let me know what you're up to, what you got going.
Just go follow the YouTube. Watch the video that I did with Flawless earlier, talking about Ronaldo and how we should line up with him, and follow the Twitch as well.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. And Adam, let them know what you're doing as well.
Yeah, Adam Matic TV on YouTube, and then Adam Matic on both socials, Instagram and Twitter. Just counting the days down to the next match day, because that's when it really gets interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, don't worry, people, the match vlogs are back. You know what I mean? I was thinking, should I bring it back? Should I not? But I think this is the time now to bring it back. So the match vlogs are back. And hopefully I'll be at the West Ham away. I'm praying I get the ticket. Please, United, just let me have. I want an away day, man. It's been a long time. So hopefully I can get the away day trips back up. And yeah, man, just keep subscribing. I'll be back on Monday. I'm going to go away for the weekend. I'm going to go to London, go to the England game or whatnot, and just chill about in London. But people, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay blessed. And yeah, man, we'll catch you soon on Monday for the Straight Jacket podcast. Take care, my guys. Peace.